Hello my scrappy friends and welcome to my channel today. Today's share is for cut to you and I'm using this beautiful Love Grows Here cut file, which you can see I have backed off camera and added some foam tape to. I'm documenting these two photos from Mother's Day this year. Somehow I managed to not take any photos during the day and remembered as I was saying goodnight to my kids on that evening, so I snapped these while I was laying in bed with them. I am still using the kit that I said I've put together, so that's mostly what I've pulled out, but I've pulled in a couple of extra pieces to back my cut file. They're both from Heidi Swapp 6x6 paper pad. I can't remember which one. This pattern paper was also in my kit, and I've just distressed the edges, and I'm going to stick that and I've trimmed it down 1/4 inch on each side, and I'm going to stick this to the leftovers of this white cardstock, so I've got a nice white border just using my ATG. I do want to apologise if my voice sounds a bit off. I had 8 teeth removed a couple of days ago, and I have a mouthful of stitches and some pretty strong drugs. So like I said, I am using this Love Grows Here cut file. I love the daffodils on it, and I really love that I was able to find a pattern paper that had the pink and the yellow on it for that ombre. I love it. And I really wanted to keep this page fairly light and airy, I guess. You can see I'm just sticking down the pointy bits on the back there. Alright, so I have mounted my photos on some white cardstock, which I am going to change out in a little bit. Just getting my placements correct here. I knew I wanted to bring in this big, it's a big love heart from Charms Creations, and I wasn't really sure exactly how I was going to embellish this page, so I did keep some of my fussing around in. But I did chop out a fair bit of it as well. So you can see I'm just playing with different pieces, not really sure what I want to do. I really love that pink bird, but I feel like he's just a little bit too bold for everything else that's on the page. So I'm just going through, in case you didn't realise, I've pulled out a bunch of Vicki Boutin die cuts for this kit. I love that little jar. I love it so much. And then I thought of maybe using the heart kind of like a flower and tucking leaves and stuff underneath it. I tried that, and then I changed my mind again. Like I said, there was a little bit of mucking around until I got my placement just how I wanted it. Then I thought I could add something on top of the heart. I tried that little XOXO banner, but I thought that it was too red. And I found this chipboard piece. It says Collect Beautiful Moments, which I love, but it's very, very dark for this page. Create the Dream. So I've obviously got these stickers from Vicki Boutin as well that I'm playing with, and I really like that good things on that heart, so I'm going to use that. And then I realised that I've got these really big stickers in this Heidi Swapp. I can't remember the name of the collection. That as I was looking at them, I kind of went, well, maybe I can use them as layers. So Love This Life is in gold foil. I've got some scrap cardstock here. I'm going to obviously stick that on there and trim it down, get rid of the rounded corners, get some stuff off my desk. What's going on? Sorry, I normally chop all this boring stuff out. So yeah, I'm just going to try to say trim and chop at the same time. It doesn't work. Trim this down a little bit. I'm happy with that. I'm going to pop that up the top underneath my photos. And this is the leftovers of that particular sticker. I've just stuck that onto some more scrap cardstock. I'm going to trim that down, and I'm going to use this as a layer as well. I really love the soft colours of this. It just works really well. And I love this. I love the shape of this, but I wasn't sure that I would ever actually use it exactly as it's been designed. So I'm going to use that as layers as well. Just trim it down a little bit. So again, that's just on some white cardstock. I'm just pulling in some layers here. You can see that my two photos at the moment are separate. And when I start to layer things up, I don't like the gap that is between the two photos. So I pull in this pattern paper, and I think I don't make you watch this, but I do peel off the white mats I've already got on there. Yeah. And then stick that on there. I'm just trimming down my photo mat. And I much prefer this. I like that it's white, but it's also got the words on it, but because I'm just using it as a mat behind my photo, the words didn't need to be legible. I just like that it's got the faint pops of colour there. So I'm just going to work on my layers. I essentially build everything up and then go back and glue everything down, and I'm going to distress the edges on everything. I don't think I've done that yet. My photos go flat to the page apart from the layers that I put behind them. So just working out how I'm going to use these pieces. So yeah, if you have lots of stickers or die cuts and stuff that you really like, but you're like, I'm not going to use this, or maybe you don't like it, or you just like the colour, there's nothing to say that you can't just use bits and pieces of it and choose the parts that you use and cover up other parts. I've said it a few times I think so far this year, I'm really trying to get through some of my stash and use things up. I bought things and I loved them when I bought them, so why not use them while I still like them, right? I've distressed all the edges, I think. Sorry for my head. No, I haven't distressed the edges. Alright, so I've got all those layers stuck down there now. Going back to playing with this heart. What am I doing? Oh, there was a couple of little postage stamps in this sticker sheet as well that I really wanted to use. That one says us. I've used the bottom half of that for something else, and then the one down the bottom says forever. You know, they're my kids, forever. Looking for my scissors, because you know it's so hard to lose a giant pair of scissors like that. Just going to tuck these into different layers, and then I'm going to layer this right at the back. And I like the way that this just kind of tucks in to that cut file, so it kind of almost hugs the word love. That's a bit cute. Hugs the word love. And this is where I decide that I am going to change where the heart is as well. I'm happy with how that's looking. Because I've got the denim of that heart, I wanted to bring something a little bit darker into my photo cluster without it being super dark. So I've pulled out one of the 3x4 cards I've got. I'm going to chop that in half and add half to the top and half to the bottom. I finally remembered to refill my ATG. Oh, sorry for my head again. I wasn't happy with that, so I'm going to move it, you know, because that 2mm to the left or right or whatever it was makes a big difference. So funny. Alright, so I'm really happy with how that's looking. I really like that heart there, so that is where it's going to end up. I didn't want to cover up too much of that cut file. I love it. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to use the other part of that 3x4 card just down there, and then I've kind of got that triangle of the darker blue. So I'm going to stick down my cut file here. I'm using my T-square ruler. I do peel off all of the tape for the word here, and then I go off camera and stick the rest of it down, stick my photos down, and then I add a couple of other things that you don't see because I forgot to put my camera back on. But I add some word strips that are from Uniquely Creative. What else do I add? Just trying to think. I stick obviously my heart down as well, and also you can see me here trying to get this off. And some of those butterflies that I fussy cut. So happiness found here, all the heart eyes, and then right up the top there's an XOXO. And I got that jar of flowers on, which I love. I hope that you've enjoyed my share today. I hope that you have enjoyed my share today. Make sure you pop over to the Cut to You blog, the Cut to You Facebook group, and make sure you sign up for that newsletter. Thank you as always for stopping by, and I look forward to sharing my next process video with you. Have a fantastic scrappy day.